Oh wait, I don't know. Yeah. All right.
Technical difficulty. Welcome to episode 91 of a thing that we
Man,
do
what an intro.
91 times and never get right. Yeah.
No.
This is the
All right.
episode of a show where a couple guys who didn't know each other for very long, now we do. I'm Matt, and that's Jeff. Look at us, right away.
Yes.
And Jeff, we did it.
Oh, intros. We have people. We have names. We have episode numbers.
And
if
we
had
finally
sponsors,
did it.
I would be like coming in with like a live read for our sponsorship.
Yes. Dude wipes. Because we can't use regular wipes that are just called regular wipes. They got to say dude in front of them so that I can touch my butthole without feeling bad about myself.
That is one of the it's really weird that you're saying that because I just like passed probably because we're on a similar algorithm or something. I just passed like a reel that said like the text was like, when are we gonna just knock it off with saying like for men products?
I know,
but
yeah.
That's one of the best ones because like you said, it was androgynous before. There was no gender attached to saying it like to wipes.
To dookie.
So it was like for flushable wipes. Now it's like, yeah, but cleanliness is that of a woman, and now dudes, you can clean your butts too. Thank you, I guess.
Even though once dudes finally jumped on cleaning your butt and being okay with it, now it's like you can't flush them because it kills all the fucking, it clogs up the drains and kills turtles or something.
Yeah,
I'd hate to know the little turtle died because it had a
thing
piece
or
of my
if it's
poop.
just a plumbing thing.
I think it's plumbing. But
I mean, I was gonna say, I'm like, granted, the poop is still going down the drain. I don't think they told us to stop flushing our poop.
Yeah.
So if you've taken a different route, Matt, I think you misread an article. If you stop
that's why I got
the wipes
myself
and the poop.
I got myself a dude bidet. It's not a regular bidet. It's a bidet for dudes. So
Like it plays rock music when it goes when it plays, and it like sprays your butthole with Mountain Dew.
and I got myself a dude dildo and a dude butt plug. So they're okay.
Yeah, it's not weird. It's not weird.
This
All
is
right.
going off the rails. I'm gonna.
Yeah, you better start the show.
All right.
I've confused my priorities. Isn't it supposed to come to me? Yes, this is how it's meant to be. Every little thing flashing on a screen. Age of convenience. My daddy worked hard for this.
Are you wearing the same outfit you wore in like episode 5? Jeez.
Yes.
What is that?
Sure.
Your
Yes,
wizard shirt with
the
your
wizard
ketchup
shirt.
and coffee mug?
Listen, man. I'm not here for fashion, all right? I literally, every time I open up my closet or open up my drawers in my dresser, I'm like, I have too much clothes. I hate having clothes. I would love nothing more than to wear the same thing over and over again. As long as it was comfortable and fit, like, I don't know. I hate clothing. I hate the pressures
Got an
of
invention.
clothing. I hate all of it. Yeah.
Dude shirts. Shirts for dudes who just want shirts to wear,
that's
don't
what
care.
I'm missing.
Yeah.
That's what I am missing. Shirts for dudes. Wow. Think about it.
Yeah.
You could go and you could do things in them. You could talk. You could host a podcast in these shirts. You could drive a car. Oh my god.
This is the way.
Dude shirts. Wow. I think we found a new line.
I have this shirt I'm wearing right now. I bought at the it was in Ithaca where like the store that started the Ithaca is gorgeous, like the printing store or whatever. They make a bunch of custom shirts, but they have a rack of a bunch of shirts that are like $1 because they're mess ups. But I was like, that's awesome because people might want them. So this one's Finger Lakes, but the reason it's cheaper is because there's a smaller one also on top of it. A smaller logo on top of the other logo.
That's all. Your logo has a logo on it?
Yeah, she's like, oh, we double printed that. And I was like, I think it's
Heck
cool.
yeah, you did.
I like it. It's a story. And Story complete.
Matt's like, can you give me a certificate of authenticity, like a little piece of paper that says 1 of 1? Like, because that's that's what you put up on the wall at home, and you have someone over and it's a little coffee table, like a little talking piece. They're like, what's that? A major award? You're like, no, this is to prove that weird shirt I own is an accident, and I'm wearing it because of that, because it's a 1 of 1 misprint. So.
And they did have one of the Ithaca's gorgeous shirts, but it was like printed backwards. Like somebody put it on upside down. And I was like, oh, that's fucking up. But it was like a triple XL or something like that. So I was like, I can't even really pull that off. But if it was in this town, if I was closer, I would go there maybe once a week and just see. I'd build my cheap T-shirt collection from misprinted shirts.
Because these are discounted shirts too, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're on a rack.
See,
like, they're mistakes.
Which is weird because in a place like Ithaca, where everyone is uniformly trying to be different, is you'd think that would like up the cost. Like in Ithaca, they could make that a premium shirt, not a discount shirt. But I guess if it's tourism, the tourists aren't the people that live in Ithaca. So yeah, they want something more standardized. Okay, no, I just figured it out. I just had to talk it out.
Come full circle. And speaking of coming full circle, Jeff, we've done it. Our friendship of many years consistently has been united over one thing. And that is our passion for the Yankees. I'm definitely not being a fair weather fan right now. I've been in the trenches for the last 15 years, not being in the World Series with you.
Yeah. That makes all of the sense. I mean, since this experiment, the Yankees have they've signed Aaron Judge. I believe that happened after we started the pod. They signed him to his extension and named him captain. They've signed Juan Soto, and for the first time since 2009, they are going to the World Series, which is great because the World Series doesn't start till Friday. And so that's not time-bound right now. It makes sense when people hear this Wednesday that they still haven't yet gone to the World Series. So, like, this is great.
It's Friday, gonna World Series on Friday.
Oh, man.
Okay.
It's so good.
How do you feel? It's pretty exciting, right? Everybody's – nothing like – I mean – I'm not as big a fan as I used to be, but it is nice when the Yanks. It's cool, like a fall thing to see the pinstripes and cold baseball. That is very nostalgic. But being a bandwagon fan is great. Everybody should consider it.
I gotta tell you,
you don't have to worry about the downtimes. Then when they make the World Series, you can jump in. It's great. Yeah.
I mean, it's the last. Certainly, by a long shot, this is the last time I've been able to root for a team in the sport championship.
Oh, yeah.
Although no, that's wrong because I have always been my second team in the NFL has always been the Giants because I got raised in my mom's side of the family is all Giants fans. So I did really enjoy the Eli Super Bowl teams and those runs. That first run is probably the most memorable run for playoffs altogether for a sport for me is that 07 team. I believe they were 9-7 that year and then played
wild card
Tampa Bay, Dallas, and Green Bay up to that undefeated.
I'm pretty sure Tampa Bay was
all of those games,
wasn't it?
Yeah. All of those games were phenomenal.
That was exciting.
Tampa Bay was even upset in the wild card round. But
that Dallas team was real good, like 13-3 or something like that.
And then Green Bay was that like freezing cold where Tom Coughlin's face looked like it was literally going to just singe off. And what was it? Lawrence Tynes like missed a field goal, got chewed out on camera by Tom Coughlin. Then they had to call him back like 5 minutes later to try to kick the game winner in overtime.
Yeah, Tom Coughlin's just gonna old man Frost. He's like, I don't get frostbite. I'm an old guy. It doesn't work that way. You just grin and bear it. Or not grin.
This whole region of nose and lips and mouth was just like dark red turning purple, and it's like, hey, does anyone want to check on Coughlin? Like, he doesn't look well. That was 17
Let me see if I could. Yeah, here it is. I gotta share. If people haven't seen this, check it out. I don't know how you wouldn't have. I mean, whatever. If you're not into the sports world,
Right.
yeah, his face was. Oh god.
His face is literally burning off.
Yeah, it's like so crispy. Cold, it's crispy.
Oh.
I was like, ugh.
There's like lesions growing inside. Like I don't know what's happening to him.
Yeesh.
But
what a moment for sport.
But yeah, I mean, it's great. And with baseball, what's nice too is that you do get the series concept, and so it's different when your non-football team does well. Now, I can't tell you what that feels like being a Sabres fan, as we have discussed previously. I have only been a Sabres fan since they haven't been able to make the playoffs. So I'm like, hey, I'm going to come in when they're not good. However, that being said, I did not anticipate that not good team would last for 14 years before I get to see any playoffs. And this year,
not looking good this year still right now.
No. Great goal scorers. They can score goals. They cannot prevent goals from happening, though. They have lost. I think they've blown a lead of 2 or more goals in like every game they've lost. It's been disgusting. But yeah, and the Sixers I do watch casually. I am very much a casual fan of NBA basketball. And I decided to just jump in with the Sixers since I'm local, and it's nice to support one thing that the locals like. Yeah, and so baseball is nice because it's a series, so you can screw up. You can screw up a couple times. Now, granted, when you go down when you lose 3, it starts feeling bad. But yeah, I mean, the ALCS was phenomenal. 3
because they've made it to that a few times, right?
Heart-wrenching game. Yeah, well,
ALCS.
Man, ALCS they've made since their last World Series in 2009. They've made the ALCS I think 3 times, and I want to say they lost to Houston twice, and the Texas Rangers. Like the year after they won the World Series, I think they lost the ALCS to the Texas Rangers. And then the last 2 ALCSs, they've lost to the Astros. And they also lost a division series to the Astros. So when the Astros didn't make the playoffs, I literally said to my group of friends, I'm like, yo, the Astros aren't there. That's a great start. I'm like, this is a fantastic start. So the Yankees can't play the Astros. We're a bunch of cheaters and pieces of garbage in the sports world. But yeah, they've just never been able to get over that hump, and so yeah, it's been a long time removed since a World Series trip, and everyone's doing their part except the guy who's the captain and who should be doing his part more than everyone.
He did have that, the Yanks were up 2-0 in the series, and in Game 3, he had that huge home run, and then the Yanks blew it
when they were
in the
already
9th inning.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this is classic Yankees. This is the Yankees that I remember ever since 2001, basically, outside of that 1 year. They're spectacular at giving other teams memories. They're very good.
Correct. Right. At
they're
their
the
expense.
Yankees. They're the big brand. Every team wants to beat them, regardless of how good they are. And they provide all these moments for other teams where they either blow it or give up a lead or do something, and this other team gets to have their moment and win their World Series at the expense of the Yankees. And I was like, this is going to happen again. They're going to blow a lead. Mm-hmm. They're going to blow the series. But no. Juan Soto said no, Toe. So,
oh, my God.
He's good.
That man is he's going to get all of the monies. He's going to get so much money in the offseason. It's disgusting.
He brought me back into enjoying watching baseball again because of the way he takes at bats. I just like the way he stands there in the batter's box. I like how he watches pitches. I like his swing. I haven't seen a swing like that I really enjoyed since when I was really into it. Tino Martinez, 90s first baseman, Yankees. I loved watching him swing for some reason, just aesthetically, because that is kind of fun about baseball. Everybody kind of swings different or stands there differently. And you think in a world where bowlers, people play darts, golf, I guess it's a little maybe similar to golf where the swing can be different, but the technique most of the time is very similar and structured. In baseball, it's so everybody swings so differently. Yeah.
there's a proper mechanical way to do it. But in baseball, if that's the case, no one is communicating with each other, because even better than swings is the batting stances.
So
Folks,
yeah.
if you've never watched baseball, tune into a game and only look at what the guys look like standing waiting for the pitch and compare the pictures side by side. The bat is all over the place. Some guys have it like wrenched over the right. Some people are like look at their leg placement. Nothing is standardized. So it's like it's a very, very odd concept. But yeah, he is the most baseball player ever. Meaning like you said, how he looks like he's, and like you could see like that he looks like the Terminator 2 vision from like Arnold when in T2 when he has like the infrared look and you can see through Arnold's eyes, and it's like analyzing all the data. I assume that's Juan Soto's brain at every at bat, because like he'll always look back at the ump and ask like, oh, was that what was that, like low and inside? What are you calling that? And he'll tell him, and he's like, okay. And like you can see he's keeping a little black book of being like, how should I assess? How do I need to change things? He's a brilliant guy. Easy to root for too, because he's almost like calm and collected and professional at the right times, but he also has fun at the right times. Like, so he gives you that balance too. He's not a clown that you want to be like, he's not like the boomers aren't going to be like, just play the game, rabble. But he's also fun and entertaining. So
yeah, he's only 25 years old, which is scary. My dad and I, because last night was a big sports night. The Bruins played late. Texas played. They both lost, so it was real fun. And then caught the end of the Yankees game. My dad, I saw Juan Soto, and I was like, it's only 25. And I was like, man, I just realized that I'm now officially at 41 older than 99% of professional athletes. Like 99.9%.
I did that to myself last year. I think is Aaron Rodgers older than us?
Yes, he is. I think. But
nope, he's not. December of '83. Nope, never mind.
Oh no.
All right,
we're older than the old man. Because it's weird, because you see guys that have been around the league. Like, I see, like, Brad Marchand when I'm watching this game, and he's, like, the old guy now. Or Sidney Crosby. They're, like, the old guys in the NHL.
Marchand
and they're
used
like,
to be such a baby.
Yeah. LeBron. Yeah, all these guys. And they're like, well, we're either at the same age or older than all these guys still. And that is okay. I'm okay with that.
So wait,
I mean, it happens to everybody.
Verlander, I think, is
hopefully
older than us. Verlander is older than you, Matt. February 20th, 1983. Justin Verlander is older than you and still on a major league roster. That's it. Just Justin Verlander. The next oldest is Charlie Morton, who's November of '83. So we have Justin Verlander. So he can't retire. So that I can still say I want to grow up and be like Justin Verlander.
Well, speaking of games, Jeff, do you want to play a game?
Good transition. That's Halloween thing.
Do you want to play a game?
I don't think Jigsaw used to like stutter through it and be like, "Hey,
do you want to play or do you want to?"
That's fine.
You guys
want, you don't
play?
have to play. Socially awkward. Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Am
Production.
I getting called down?
I have a brand new game for you, and it's a game that I play.
I am so excited.
I call it Gym Family Feud. So when I'm at the gym, on an elliptical or something, especially at night now, it's got, syndicated Family Feud on, but I never like watch it from the start. So I'm usually like watching, and I'll look up once in a while, and I do this thing where I look at the board and I'm like, what category is this?
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Now, hold on. Question for you at the gym.
Yeah.
Do they have the subtitles on?
If they do, they're not either not caught up correctly or they're patchwork.
Right, it never is.
Yeah.
But I love when the gym doesn't have subtitles on, but there's also no audio. I'm like, what benefit do you think I'm getting out of this? Unless it's like Sports Center, it's about the only thing you can show me is sports highlight clips without audio. But I digress. Go ahead.
And if there is, I don't really notice them because I'm not like watching. I just like try to catch. Like maybe I can guess what the category is. So this game's called Jim Family Feud. So
Right. Good answer.
I'm gonna read for
Good
you
answer.
from the bottom up some answers, and we'll see. You can take shots at guessing what the question is. We'll see if you can get it.
Okay.
All right.
All right, we'll go one by one. Can I make a
Yeah,
guess?
yeah.
Every time?
I'll tell you
Okay.
what the answer is and how many people answered it.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
All right. Maybe we'll start off with an easy one just to get the vibe. I think everybody understands what's going on here.
Sure.
Okay.
I think so. Reverse Family Feuding.
This one seems easy. Well, we'll see.
Okay.
It won't be right away.
surprised.
But juggler with 3.
Mm-hmm. Juggler got 3.
Any guesses?
Things you see at a carnival.
No. Journalist 4.
Oh, okay. Jobs that start with J.
That is correct. Ding!
Yeah,
I should've
let's
got that sound
go.
effect. Yeah, dude. I was like, see, that's sort of kind of easy, but I'll give you. I don't have the. This is the crowd
Good answer.
saying congratulations.
You know the flipping, the ching, the loudest ching in game
I know.
shows?
I'll get it for next time. All right. Next question. Next answer. Plumber. 5. Plumber for 5.
I'm going to say people who do repairs on your house.
No.
Okay.
Somehow, even when the sound's off, I can hear that through the TV. When I see that come up, I can just hear it in my mind. Just.
I like that it's still the old generic graphic of like a big red X on their face. Like just
Across
it's
the
the most
whole screen.
generic sound and like bootleg X.
And it's so fast, and it's like it's never time. It's like
Right.
Firefighter 9. So plumber and firefighter.
I'm going to go with people that work with their hands. I don't know.
No.
Okay.
Lifeguard 27.
Ooh.
Got plumber, firefighter, and lifeguard.
People that work with water.
We'll go with it. Yes.
Jobs and I don't know.
Name a profession that involves getting wet.
Oh, woo,
Steve.
was the last one stripper? Yeah.
I can't anymore. This is a family show. Number 1 was diver/swimmer.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go with a. This one's kind of. This one, it might take you to the end. We'll see. All right. That's why I love this one. I love a category that has this in there. So the lowest answer with 2 people is murder weapon. Murder weapon.
Right? Things found in the game of Clue.
All right. The next one with 2 as well. Cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
Murder weapon, cigarette.
Things detective find at a crime scene.
No. Number 3. Crying baby. 11.
Oh, wild card.
We've got murder weapon, cigarette, and crying baby.
And how many said crying baby?
11.
Wow. Okay, so crying baby drastically better. Wow, that is something. Crying baby, cigarette, and murder weapon. Things you find in an ashtray.
Hell yeah. Next answer. Alcoholic beverage. Alcoholic beverage for 12.
What is it happening?
Murder weapon, cigarette, crying baby, alcoholic beverage. What is the most random words for 500, Alex?
Alcoholic beverage, cigarette, murder weapon. What the fuck? Things you find at a bowling alley.
Oh, that's true, but not this category.
Shout out to Falcon
Food
Wings.
or drink for 12. Murder weapon, cigarette, crying baby, alcoholic beverage, food or drink.
See, what lazy ass fucking... An alcoholic beverage is a food and drink. That's stupid. That doesn't... Food and drink doesn't tell me anything. That's not specific enough. They're dumb.
See, I was thinking the same thing, but once you learn the
Murder
category, you'll find out why they're separated.
Murder weapon. Murder weapon is
Murder
the
weapon
big
really
problem
throws this
here.
off.
Yeah, it really does. I don't know. I pass.
The number one answer for 59 is phone. Murder weapon, cigarette, crying baby, alcoholic beverage, food or drink, and number one, phone. Tick, tick,
59 is phone.
tick,
Um,
tick, tick.
things in a horror movie. I don't know.
It is. Name something you shouldn't be holding while you're driving. A murder weapon. A murder weapon.
In the flying...
I don't know what any of this
Fuck.
shit is, and I'm fucking scared.
11 fucking people put crying baby?
I know.
11 people put baby? That means 11 people have either seen or been someone holding a crying baby while
Seen, I
driving.
know. I see it
Parents,
too much.
chime in. Parents, chime in. Do you often go, I should hold this fucking baby while I'm driving? Like, let me get the baby out of the stupid car seat and I'll just hold them. But I do need to get where I'm getting to, so I am going to keep driving. Jesus.
Angry.
Give it to him.
What?
Um,
Murder weapon makes way more sense than crying baby.
two people said murder
more
weapon
sense.
too.
Right, and those people are murderers. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, like, we pulled O.J. Simpson and 99 of his friends.
We're gonna go with dragon.
Dragon, yeah, they eat us. That
It does remind me of the murder weapon. There definitely, I did see a Family Feud once where, because you know at the end when they don't get all the answers, the crowd reads along with the rest of them.
Yes.
There was some kind of innocuous question of like, what do you do to hide your money or something like that. Someone said like, put it in a mayonnaise jar, put it under your mattress or whatever. And then the last one had two. And I just remember the crowd reading it together as it flipped over. It goes ding, and the crowd goes, murder someone. Like halfway through, they were all like, what the fuck? Why is this the answer?
Like,
They're
yeah,
like,
faded
what?
out in the middle of the read.
Yeah. Yeah. Hide
like,
it under your
"Murder
mattress.
someone."
Bury it in the yard. Murder someone. It's just like, what the fuck? Why is this on here? You don't have to put every answer. They don't have to equal 100. It's okay. Leave some off.
Come on, Steve Harvey.
All right, let's try to get you one more. Let's try to go out with a dub.
All right. Let's.
This is all right. This one's a little abstract as well. Just think about that.
Mm-hmm.
That it has something contagious. That it's contagious. That it has something contagious for 3.
What? Oh, was that the answer?
That it's missing. 5. That it's missing. 5. That it has something contagious. That it's missing.
Hold on. I didn't realize these were phrases that were answers. That it's missing. Okay, I got now. AIDS.
That it reeks. That it reeks. It has something contagious. That it's missing. That it reeks.
What's something you notice about your pet?
About what?
About your pet?
Oh, okay. No, that's
Okay.
thoughtful. Very thoughtful.
Contagious is a little weird, but
That it's the wrong person for 18. That it has something contagious. That it's missing. That it reeks. That it's the wrong person.
I'm something with. What do you think when you smell a fart?
Ooh. That's the wrong person. Oh,
Because you're
shit.
analyzing, you're trying to figure out who's the
That's
farter.
good.
And you're.
I wish I
you know,
could
it's
see
like
this
a
from your
poker
side.
game. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a poker game because, like, if you're in an elevator, you're looking for tells. If you smell it, you're looking for tells, like worried people, like just like if they're bluffing.
That it has something contagious.
Right,
That's
right.
great.
I don't know what this smell is, but am I in danger? Is it the wrong person?
That
It
it's
reeks,
missing.
and-
Is it really there?
that it's
Yeah.
when it leaves, you're kind of sad, and you're like, "Oh, my
right.
investigation's probably
It
concluded."
has something that has something contagious. That it's
Okay.
missing. That it reeks. That it's
Right.
the wrong person. And the number one answer was
Okay.
60.
Right. Okay.
That it's alive.
Oh my god. The part guess is so much still in play.
Yeah, it is.
That it's alive, that it's the wrong person. That it reeks, that it's missing, and that it's contagious. How can something be alive and contagious? And the wrong person. None of these things add up. God, I hate the fucking Family Feud. That it's alive for 60.
Dude, fart is funny. Fart is funny. That's good. There's the title. Fart is funny.
Well, there's your title of your episode. That it's missing. It's alive.
It's alive. It's the wrong person. It reeks. It's missing. It has something contagious.
I don't understand.
But you guys playing at home, send in your answers. Just
I
promise
don't-
you
yeah,
you
I
sending it
don't-
in before we give the answer.
I have no idea. Yeah, something about roadkill. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Something about a dead body.
Name something a funeral director would hate to discover about the body they're about to bury. That it's alive, that it's the wrong person. That category sucks.
That it's contagious. What fucking dingleberries out there are like, oh, hope he doesn't have zombieism because I don't want to catch it. God, I hate America.
All right, let's get you out with a dub. This one I think is easier.
All
This
right,
is the
man,
last
good
one
luck.
I got. So,
I'm wishing you
All right.
luck because you have way too much faith in this process.
well, it's good. Got to get through like the first version of it. So
Occupations
we know.
that start with. That was fun. That was easy. That made me feel
Yeah.
good about myself.
What do you here's one. So you already knew juggler and journalist. What do you think was the
Right.
number one answer for occupations that begin with the
Ooh.
letter J?
Janitor.
That is correct. We're back on a winning streak.
Yeah.
Let's
All
go.
right.
Well, that was 62. Judge was 19. Jeweler 5. And then jockey at 4. So, All right, one more here. One more for the win. Let's go. Dining booth. 2 people. Dining booth. Crowded bus. 2. Dude, what a treat that beard is.
That's
For
five.
you listener at home, he's got at least 5 or 6 mechanical pencils now shoved into his beard. Are we going for a world record? Is this just happening right now?
There's 7. I'm
happening?
out of... Oh! It was only because I started talking and I was out of mechanical pencils.
Wow.
Hey, Jeff.
That was very cool.
Wow. Thanks, Solus.
Dining booth, crowded bus, parking spot for 3. And these are answers
Those
2,
are
3,
all
and
the
4.
same thing?
Yeah. Parking spot, crowded bus, dining booth.
Parking spot, crowded bus and dining booth? Things that are uncomfortable.
Ooh. You're very close. I don't think the judges would give it to you.
Okay.
The number 1 spot with 84, tight clothes or shoes.
Things you don't fit into.
You know what? I'm going to go to the judges on this one. Steve?
Tight spacings, things that are tight.
I will say typically things that are tight, we probably wouldn't say tight clothes, but name something people try to squeeze into. I'll call it a win. That was good.
Boy, I wonder what that last one person said that didn't get on the board. They're like, yeah, that's not safe for family TV, folks.
Yeah, there was like, well, because that only adds up to
mistakenly-
91. So there was 9 people that had one-offs that they didn't include.
Yeah. We mistakenly pulled this group, this question outside of a bordello in Las Vegas, and we got very different answers.
Name something people tried to squeeze into. A crying baby. Oh, yay. So that is Jim Family Feud. So try it at home and stuff.
I like that.
That's why I'm so
I like
shredded. Played
That's weird.
Jim Family
I
Feud.
played Jim Family Feud. That makes sense.
I also play Jim Price is Right sometimes, but that's harder. I mean, that's harder to translate. It's harder to bring the wheel. Mm-hmm, you know, or to guess product prices, things like that. But yes, I will do it again. Now I have a level for how difficult this is.
I do. I like that.
And feel free to bring your own or send your own in.
I mean,
excuse me.
You'd have to. You're getting it from Family Feud, right? Like you're just getting the.
Yeah, if you Google search Family Feud answers and questions, it's very
that's
easy.
true because I'm sure someone's archived it or something.
Yeah. Yep.
Like whoever runs J Archive, God bless their heads. 41 seasons of Jeopardy that are all online, available for use by the public.
Well. Here we are, 40 minutes in. And I think we need to do a callback to something earlier in the program,
Oh,
which was Terminator 2, Judgment Day. Came out in 1991.
1991's top grossing movie by a long shot.
And it's funny, you know, because we were like, it's definitely probably one of the movies from that year that I've seen the most. Actually, I rewatched it this year. And I don't think I saw it right around 91. My greatest memory of it was that I think my parents from Video Factory, when they used to rent VHSs to watch, if they were rated R, they would put them under the couch and I'd find them there.
Really?
Yeah. Like when they didn't bring
Just
it back,
to make
it'd
sure
be like,
you didn't get curious?
yeah. And then we found out that they were always under the couch. Then I don't remember if I watched it then or at another time. But I remember seeing that there. Maybe this next movie from the era, Silence of the Lambs, very hot right now. Very Halloween-y. Halloween-y.
Not sure it's hot right now, but I get what you're saying. You know, the wild thing, so T2 was also I believe at the time that it came out, it was the most expensive movie ever made as well.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
James Cameron vehicle. Those effects, not bad still today, I would say.
Right.
Not the worst.
33 years later,
CGI.
and I'm like, I'll take this.
Mm-hmm.
It is so much better than standard CGI. But if you noticed from this list, the only this is a wide list for the top 10 of highest grossing films. There is only really JFK and Robin Hood Prince of Thieves are the only dramas out of the top 10 highest grossing films. And they both starred Kevin Costner, which is a nice little intro. What a year for Kevin Costner in 1991.
Yeah, he's hot, coming off Dancing with Wolves the years before. And Field of Dreams is probably the next year.
So T2, you have sci-fi action. You have Beauty and the Beast, an animated film at the number 3 spot.
Oh, yes.
Something near and dear to my heart, Hook, in the number 4 spot.
You are a Hook fan.
You have Silence of the Lambs, like you said. So we have straight up horror, like thriller. Then you have Naked Gun 2.5 in the number 7 spot, which, wow. Leslie Nielsen cracked the top 10. Like in a world where Naked Gun 2.5 was number 7 on the highest grossing films, that's awesome.
That is wild. Yeah, parody movie, top 10.
Yeah. Then Addams Family, so a family friendly kind of spooky movie, if you will, comedy. And then Cape Fear, definitely an obscure, basically like not drama, not horror,
kind of a
but
thriller.
I guess thriller. Yeah.
I'm telling you, that was the early 90s. Eras for the
Hot
one-off
Shots.
thrillers. Yeah, just the random.
And then Hot Shots. Hot Shots is another like parody comedy off of like
Top Gun.
Top Gun. So like what a great year for movie versatility.
We're
America
definitely getting
appreciated
to
just good movies.
You know, as we've been talking about this, and just to remind folks who have made it all the way through Jim Family Feud and are still listening, we do a thing where the episode that we're on, we talk about stuff that came out that year and either our connection to it or member berries, all that stuff. But 91 is definitely like there's an awareness building in me as a little human being about things around me. There's a heightened sense of whatever, shows, TV, commercials, advertisements, all that stuff. So we're getting right into this, the formation of memories. And yeah, Beauty and the Beast was huge. Must have seen that at the theater. Tale as old as time. Beauty and the Beast. But a big era for Disney. This is probably maybe I don't know what order they fall in, but you got to think in this era, it's got to be what? Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Lion King, like Aladdin, maybe the Mount Rushmores all in a row. If you put a 4 in a row span that you wanted to be a Mount Rushmore for Disney movies, this could be it. You know, across the eras.
True.
Huge movie. Addams Family also spawned the Addams Family pinball table, which is, I think, is still to this day the highest grossing pinball table, sales wise.
Really?
Yeah, it's a good game, but for some reason, I think just at the time, when the movie came out, it was just such like a cultural phenomenon, like for a game, like a movie tie-in, like every bar or whatever, every arcade had it. Wanted it, and so there's just tons of them
interesting concept
in the world. You'll still find it at most pinball arcades that have more than a few games. If it's more than just a few, like a couple one-offs, if they have like 5 or more, or they call themselves an arcade or pinball arcade, they'll almost all have Addams Family, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I can absolutely see the Addams Family pinball in places where there's pinball. Like that is, I can definitely notice a commonality in that. But that's wild that. Not like an obscure movie, an obscure time.
It is kind of,
in the history of pinball. Of pinball, but like it just right place, right time. Like it's nothing
the movie
about the movie
version
itself.
too.
It's just, it's just the right place, right time, right marketing. That's cool.
Addams Family is such a weird IP because it's like everybody sort of knows it.
It is,
especially like the Wednesday Addams thing came out and it like was a hit, but everybody knows it and has seen either the movie or the TV shows or whatever. But I don't know
there's no
anybody who's like a
diehard
gigantic fan
fans.
of it.
Exactly. That's why it's because even like our age knows it because of the movies. The movies were obviously big. They were big enough, and people our age really like the movies. But remember, it was a 70s TV show. So like our parents know it because of a TV show. So there's that. But yeah, I don't understand how the IP for like the Wednesday show on Netflix, how that just blew up for the time that when it came out. I'm like, oh, we're still doing this Addams Family gig? But like you say, it's like everyone knows it. The song is a huge aspect of it.
Oh yeah, the clicky.
Just the dun 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 dun, like that's a normal thing. And then even the song that MC Hammer did when the movies were out, that was big. There was no Reva Roller Drone Party that didn't have. They do what they want to do, say what they want to say, live how they want to.
Oh
live,
yeah,
how they want to play. Like,
Hammer.
That
oh god.
song, yeah, that song was massive.
The Addams Family.
Yeah. So like you turned it into a hip hop. So for our generation, it makes sense. It was everywhere. I don't know how big the show was for our parents because I always loved the concept that in America we had the Addams Family and the Munsters, which are lots of parallels. They are not the same, but lots of parallels there. And it's amazing that there was enough room for both of those shows to exist.
Because the Munsters must have been earlier, because I think that was the 60s or something, but it featured the house or the family of monsters, classic monsters. But somebody came up with the Addams Family and was like, do you think it's too similar to that other show with monsters and this is a family of horrors? Well, it's like, no, we're good, I think. I'm pretty sure Monsters is first, right? We're doing the deep dive on the research.
Yeah, there's so much on here. Oh my god, dude, you're not even going to believe this.
What? I don't believe it already.
They both ran from 1964 to 1966.
The same time?
They literally were out at the exact same time.
Wow, just parallel thought then. Just a couple different sets of people
Definitely no
were like, we need
infringement here.
monsters.
Nope, just two, right at the same time.
I wonder if it's like that Pop-Tart thing or whatever. Somebody got wind of one of them being made, and it's like, oh, we got to come up with our own version of that. But they both were successful.
Fred McGuinn, who played Herman Munster, definitely wasn't typecast for being a Herman Munster type human being.
He's that and the judge in My Cousin Vinny.
And the
That's
judge
all
in
I
My
remember.
Cousin Vinny and
Pet Sematary?
He was Pet Sematary. What the hell is his name in that? I can't remember. Judd? Is it really? I think it's Judd in Pet Sematary. So he was a judge and he played a guy named Judd and Herman Munster. But yes, yeah, I mean, everyone knows that 1964 to 1966, nothing, as Matt would put, nothing was hotter than monster families. I mean, totally.
91, without a doubt, is just a banger year for music. Like, this is definitely where I start to, like, hear. I mean, I was still into pop music. I think I was discovering pop music. But Metallica, Self-Titled, Pearl Jam 10, Nirvana, Nevermind. I mean, we're talking some huge albums. All-timers. Chili Peppers, Blood Sugar Sex Magic, Under the Bridge had come out. Just, like, huge songs. Like, discovering MTV, like, seeing music videos, stuff like that. I mean, it's hard to think of, like, but in these years, like, when I would have heard, like, Smells Like Teen Spirit for the first time, I've heard it so many times now that I can't feel it anymore, the song, but I can sort of remember the first time I heard it and being like, holy shit, this is incredible. Same with, like, Enter Sandman. At one point in my life, I hadn't heard it. But after I did, I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. Again. Boom. Crispy chicken, boom. Chocolate chunk chicken, boom. I don't know why. I don't know. I feel like I'm doing that right now. And I hate it. Spin Doctors,
yeah, I mean,
Pocket Full of Kryptonite. A lot of listens in my bedroom as I clean my room.
Wow.
Another cleaning
Pocket full
room
of
gem
kryptonite.
right there.
Yeah, I mean, this was officially not. I mean, what it's worth, in pop culture, hair metal was now gone. Like, we are out of that. We are now steering into the new grunge and alternative scene full blast. Like, music is now heavier. It is not about girls, and driving fast cars.
It's about dude girls.
We are getting sad. We are getting angry. And the music is there to show it. And then, like you say, like even Blood Sugar Sex Magic, like what a weird jumping into that new style of music. And then, yeah, Metallica Black Album, just such a debated. I always think of Metallica Black Album as like it's its standalone thing in the history of Metallica. I like it's not part of an era. It's its own instance of Metallica. Like there is the Black Album era by itself, but I could put other albums into eras because it was like, I wish I knew how it was received by Metallica fans at the time that it happened. Because obviously looking back, some Metallica, like some metal fans and stuff are like, nope.
Some people jumped off.
And they fucking hate it. They're like miserable. They're like, I can't believe it. There's other Metallica fans that are like, it is what it is. It's a brilliant fucking album, and it bridged the gap. Like it did what every metal band under the sun wished they could do was the Black Album. Because they figured it out. They figured out formulaically, like they figured out how can we be badass.
Radio hits.
And radio
metal hits.
They
hard rock.
They figured it out. And basically they were like, okay, well now music, we literally can just ride on the coattails of this album if we need to for 30 years. Like they could have not put out any other music after that if they didn't want, and toured forever off of that album. I sincerely believe that. But like, that's why it's like, you have to, if you want to be acknowledging of music and, you know, contributions and stuff, that album is just, it's insane. It's insane what it brings to the table.
And it gave metal fans something that they've always wanted and always needed, which is something to complain about. Otherwise, how can you even be a metal fan if you don't have something to complain about? Like if Metallica's not there, who's gonna be your punching bag? You know, you have to have a big band that's successful. And the real metal fans started complaining on Ride the Lightning, the second album. Like if you're a real metal fan, yeah.
The thrash metal fans were not having Ride the Lightning. I mean, that was so produced. I mean, corporate
true fans
garbage.
Hated
Ride
them
the
on their
Lightning.
second album. Yeah, they didn't wait.
Right. Right. Arguably the most amazing album they've put out musically. What a pile of corporate bullshit, I'll tell you. It is though. Like,
but yeah, big year for music, radio music especially. MTV rock. The rock was entrenched in its greatest success, I think, in the early 90s for sure. I mean, in terms of like hard rock, it was mainstream. Yeah, Soundgarden. I mean, a lot of it, all that stuff. So, also big hit, played in my house. In our, we had a CD player in the kitchen. That's what we did. You didn't have like music earbuds to go with you everywhere. In our house, we had a CD player, and it was in the kitchen. And that's where my mom listened to her country music CDs, and also listened to a little ditty by Bryan Adams called Everything I Do It For You, the Robin Hood Prince of Thieves banger.
oh,
Remember that music video?
Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That got a lot of play in my house, I remember. Everything I do,
I forgot that your CD player was in the kitchen. I can picture that at Nelson Street, your CD player being in the kitchen.
Like a 2 CD, had the speakers on the edge, just a cassette in the middle. Boop, pop that CD player right open.
And then then you guys got the Gateway. Then you guys got the Gateway computer, and that had the CD player in it too, because we'd be in the little closet down the hallway, listening to music on the Gateway.
Yeah. Just sit at the computer and listen to music for hours.
Well, I got Solitaire on here. That's pretty fun. I guess I'll play that. Minesweeper. I just really want to listen to music, but I have nowhere else to do it.
One thing about 91 I do need to ask you about, because it probably hits home personally. is this is the year that Pee Wee Herman got arrested for jerking off in public. That was hard to understand as an 8-year-old, I think. Whenever that came out.
Where's Pee Wee? Where's all the movies?
Why do they call him
in the
Paul
show?
Rubens? And why is his penis out?
I again, like you're saying, you have conscious memories of something. I remember not having any understanding of what was going on. I'm like, not like I'm like, where's Pee Wee Herman? But it's like, yeah, they kept calling him Paul Rubens. I mean, I remember having a feeling of being like, well, they're not referring to him to Pee Wee. They're referring him to like another name. And then it's like something about a theater, something about a movie theater, and like he was going to jail. And I'm like, I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's one of those your parents can't really explain it to you or don't want to.
Because there's also no need. Like in reality, I'm a big fan of people being upfront with their kids about stuff. But for something like that, you're like, he was just misbehaving. You'll fuck it.
Yeah.
Pop culture will tell you later. You can learn this one later on your own. I don't need to explain this to an 8-year-old. So that's one that I'm like, you know what? Let the kid figure it out when the time is right, when the moment's right. They will piece it together at that time. But there's no need to jump the gun and be like, all right, let's sit down and have a chat about porno theaters, because those aren't even plentiful. I don't even think I would have understood. I would have been like, wait, so like they went to go see Terminator 2 and he started masturbating? I'm not sure I understand. What do you mean he was in a theater? Like, no, it's a different kind of movie. Oh, like Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves? I wouldn't understand at 8-year-old what a porno theater is.
And there's no way he was the only one in the theater jerking off. I don't understand. That's the part I don't get now. It's like, yeah, what? Wasn't everybody jerking off in there? Isn't that the whole idea?
Now this may seem crude, but hold on. Why are there porno theaters? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Are you supposed to spank bank it and bring it home real quick? I don't understand.
Right.
I gotta go home. I remembered it all.
Yeah, are you supposed to like take visual notes? Like, you're supposed to go write down certain scenes you remember so that it triggers your memory, and you're like, yeah, it's all like, what is the point of it if that's not the point? You're like, no, I just like the stories. They're really, really good, well written scripts, and I like to really engage in the story. I already saw the first 17 Naughty Girls series, and I really wanted to. I hear 18 got really like Oliver Stone-esque, and really wanted to watch it.
Yeah, not to mention every seat came equipped with dude lotion and dude tissues. So it's like, what do you expect? What do you expect? It's the way it is. So it was just big TV going after Pee Wee, you know.
And to get arrested, does the theater person say something? Does the guy jerking off next to him go, "Oh, come on, man"? Like, and then they have to call the cops. Then you got to assume he's got to still be doing it when the cops get there. So like,
you get caught in action
surrounding this. Right. A lot of questions here. Not sure how any of that went down. I need a Netflix documentary on that, because Netflix is throwing around money on documentaries that no one needs. I need the Pee Wee Herman 30 for 30 on
day of, like, start at 6 a.m. Like, everybody's got to do one of those, dissect it, like, everything that happened. And
it's like an episode of 24. I want to know everything about it. I want it drawn out. Or a season of 24, I should say. Exactly.
Sonic came out. I just remember that because I never had a Sega, but my buddy Matt Manzone down the street had one. So I used to go over there to play Sega, and that was fun, Sonic. I don't know how much it holds up. Have you revisited Sonic? I think I have several times in the last 10 years, and it's okay. I never find myself wanting to keep playing it.
It's not Mario.
Yeah. Because it's fun to do like Sonic the really fast and loop around, and then you're like, shit, I'm should I stop and like look at all this shit?
Sonic 1 was frustrating. It was a lot better in Sonic 2, not because of Tails joining the group, but the gameplay of Sonic 2 was much better.
I think you're right.
I remember, but overall, the games didn't hold up. It was a novelty. Sonic still didn't stand the test of time against Mario.
Yeah, I'm surprised it got so big. In terms of, I guess because it was like the Sega platformer was Sonic, so everybody had it, or it came with the game console, so everybody had it. But
yeah,
it's okay. And
but
lastly, Hallmark.
Toy of the Year adversely was SNES.
What was it?
The Toy of the Year adversely was actually the Super Nintendo in 1991.
$199. $200 for an SNES. Which seems very, well, it doesn't seem like a lot considering what PS5 costs now, but $200 in 1991 is basically that anyway, isn't it? Like $800 now, probably?
$456 in 2024.
Okay. All right.
So it's about right on par still
kind of in line,
with what new systems cost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, SNES, that's, I think, I did end up having a Nintendo from a neighbor. Maybe he sold it to us or something like that, but I feel like SNES was the first one we owned or bought. I don't remember how we acquired it, but I fucking loved SNES. It might be my all-time. Oop, and we're gone. Are we just gonna end the episode like this? Well, let me just tell you guys real quick, since Jeff bailed. SNES is a great console. Had some of the greatest games. Some of my favorite games, and we're back. But yeah, SNES, as I was telling the audience, probably my favorite to own for, I don't know. I mean, having a PC now is nice, or a Switch, because you can play any game that ever existed, but I loved having SNES. I loved the controller. I loved Super Empire Strikes Back, F-Zero, Super Mario World, which was might be my favorite Mario game ever, the SNES one. I loved the maps, and I love that there was like secret exits to shit. It has utter replayability. It's still fun today to play. Difficulty's fair. Aesthetically looks good. The physics of it are really good. Love the music, the overworld map, all that. Beautiful game. Utterly replayable. Fantastic.
Yeah. I still play it on Switch.
I love the spin jump.
Yeah, I'll do my loadouts and stuff, and yeah, it really. I mean, yeah, you might be right. It might be the most perfect Mario game. I mean, they were crushing it, because then when Mario 64 came out too, I'm just like, what in the hell? I'm like, this is so amazing. So like, Nintendo was crushing Mario for a long while. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Like, so I had Genesis, but you, our friend Mike, like, you both had Super Nintendo. So I had plenty of Super Nintendo exposure in like middle school before N64 came out. I think Super Nintendo crushed Genesis. There was a lot of games that, I think the controller was a big part of it. Sega's 3-button versus Super Nintendo,
and the little shoulder, the bumpers. The first time we had that,
system just works a lot better. And, oh yeah, it had bumpers too, which Sega didn't have bumpers until its like later versions of controllers with more complex games. So that's the problem, is that Sega started making more complex games that needed more buttons. So you actually had to upgrade your controllers half the time to play. You had to get like the
6-button Genesis pad, games. One of those. Yeah,
stuff like that. So yeah, Super Nintendo was definitely really solid.
Yeah,
I loved the wrestling games.
Royal Rumble,
for Super Nintendo, Royal Rumble and Raw, I think they were. Yeah, WWF Royal Rumble was so good on Super
Ken
Nintendo.
Griffey Jr. winning run.
Now, there was 2 Griffey games.
First one was more cartoony and arcadey.
The first one that looked more cartoony. I liked that one better. I wasn't, and I felt like I was better at that. The second one was harder.
I played the second one more.
The one that
but it's because I had it. I don't know if I got it for Christmas. It was more like physics. It had like more of a Killer Instinct look, where it was trying to be like very realistic, kind of thing, you know.
Yes.
Crowd sounds, all that.
That's a good way of putting it.
But yeah, Super Nintendo, Donkey Kong Country, especially Mario Kart. I mean, what a console. What a console.
Oh my God.
We could belabor this all day, but we could run into these games here in the next few years. But yeah. Also 91, biggest year, WrestleMania 7, and the Giants beat the Bills in the Super Bowl. So epic year. Epic year for real sports.
Wow.
Very, very good. Ultimate Warrior versus Macho Man career-ending match. That you realize doesn't count, apparently. It's shocking to learn later on as a child that those aren't real. and you can just come back.
Wow, the Macho Man is literally retiring. We'll never see another. Hey, look, he's in WCW. Oh no, well, never mind.
Yeah.
Best of luck, I guess, Macho Man.
Macho Man got an injury. He's gonna talk on Raw. Yeah.
A big TV concept in 1991. It gave us the debut of what I would call our official realm of
Ooh.
Nickelodeon television.
Talking like Rugrats Doug deal?
The debut of Doug, Rugrats, and Ren and
hell
Stimpy
yeah.
all debuted in 1991. If I'm not mistaken, they were on either Saturday or Sunday morning at 10, 10:30, and 11.
We grew up with
Is
what
where
was
they
still the
debuted.
concept of Saturday
And
morning cartoons
all three-
still. I know.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't even know if it's I think there's just cartoons anytime
and
you
I
want.
think-
That's probably why it's not really a thing anymore because there's so many channels. Yeah.
Right. Network
Yeah.
television had Saturday morning cartoons. That's what was big about that. But yeah, I mean, all of those shows, there's no one, I'm not even kidding. People within 3 years of our age, I can't imagine anyone being like, you know what? I really didn't enjoy Doug. I didn't enjoy Rugrats. It just didn't hit with me. Everyone watched it. It was fun to watch.
I love. Do you think Rugrats
yeah,
would
I
be
don't
most
know.
disconnected from because it was about babies? But I felt more connection to that than anything because it was real smart babies that would have their own life and walk around and talk to each other unless their parents were around.
Right.
And they would act like babies again, but they would get into hijinks and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. Love it.
Yeah, very good stuff. And then Ren and Stimpy, again, I've said this multiple times. I've
Have
gone
you?
back and watched Ren and Stimpy. I'm like, what in the
It was weird.
hell is going on in this show? It is complete chaos. It's so weird. It's so weird.
It was a big deal that
that an
yeah.
adult wrote that show for
a
children.
lot of toilet humor, but also just weird. Didn't make sense for kids or adults.
Yeah.
And then I remember I got a Ren and Stimpy
Yep.
shirt, and it was a big deal. I had to talk my mom into it. She was not happy about it, I think, because it's one of those shows they didn't really want us to watch, I think. Because it was gross, too. Stuff they do with their eyes or their ears, bodily fluids, all kinds of stuff. It was kind of disgusting, really.
Oh,
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
And then log.
Like,
It's better than bad. It's
pow-
good.
Powdered Toast Man.
Yeah.
Powdered Toast Man flew backwards, and if you were flying with him, he'd be like, "Now get on my back and grab
Yes,
firmly onto
that's
my
right.
buttocks." And you
they
would,
were
grab
very
the
defined
cheeks
cheeks.
of Powdered Toast Man. I'm like, yeah, and it's like I am so confused as to why this is happening.
Oh my god. I gotta look him up again.
Yeah, the Royal, what was it? Royal Canadian Kilted Yaksmen. They had their theme song. The Shaving Yak Day, I believe, was the holiday. The shaving yak would come visit you and shave in your sink and leave all of the hair and shaving foam in your sink. And that was a blessing. Yep, Powdered Toast Man. There he is. Powdered Toast Man.
Use his tongue as a phone.
And is that someone
Yeah, it
grabbing his
was,
buttocks? In the second row? Yeah.
Dude.
Oh my God.
Well,
So insane.
what a treat. What a treat. Well, we've done it again, Jeff. We've done it again. We've made another episode of America's favorite podcast. about two old friends catching up on stuff.
Yeah, America's Funniest Home
And
Video.
sometimes we'll joke about it. That's so
Classic.
good. Like, if you guys don't know this, but I sent Jeff it was a cartoon in the New Yorker last week, and it was a guy talking to somebody who said, it's a podcast my buddy and I do about movies, but the catch is sometimes we joke around a little bit about it. I was like, fuck, we just got roasted by. I was like,
Damn
yeah.
it.
I was like, shit.
Damn
Good
it.
job, New.
That's what we do.
But that's why you'll never catch me sharing
Yeah,
a,
but like,
a
there's
lick
like 5
about the
people that
podcast.
appreciate it.
Deny, deny, deny. That's my motto. That's who. No,
I've never
No.
even. I don't even know what a
we're
podcast
just having
is.
a hang, and if you guys are hanging too, good. That's all we care about. All right. And
Right. Like when you talk to your coworkers at work, do you go like, you're like, oh yeah, I caught up with a friend. Oh, that's cool. Do they go, so go over everything that you talked about? No, why? Because it doesn't matter. Like if you're there, you can be entertained, but I'm not here to impress you. I'm not
No,
here
and
to
I,
impress you.
that's what I tell
If you
people
wanna fill
too.
some
They're like,
time.
I was like, oh, I was just talking about that with my buddy. Like, if we would had a full 15-minute conversation about this, I was like, oh, we were just talking about that. It's like on a video chat. I say that I video chat my friends a lot, and I do honestly. So there you go. Shut up, everybody.
Right.
Shut your dude mouth.
Everyone else.
All right.
All right.
Well, go Yankees. Go sports. And
Indeed.
just hey, have a pleasant day,
Go
y'all.
Yankees,
Be
go
well.
sports.
Goodbye. This is over.
Catches would be more